Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cleff Notes. Sorry, I can't smile because I sneezed so hard I split my lip yesterday. Alright everybody, so this week we are watching The Sound of Music. Oh shoot. It came out in 1965, stars Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, was directed by Robert Wise. Alright, now in terms of storytelling, here's what you need to know, and probably already know, but just for the heck of it, let's go through it anyway. Alright, so this chick named Maria, she's trying to be a nun. She lives in a convent in Austria in the golden ages of the 30s. The nuns decide that she's too much, and she's like, I don't want to go. And they're like, no, the power of Christ compels you. And so she goes to be the governess to a rich ex-Navy captain and his seven-ish motherless children, and he has a dog whistle he uses to summon them, and they're little terrors, and they try to drive her away because they resent her and the fact that she is there to control and manipulate them. But she says, no, this is going to be amazing, we're going to be good friends. And she makes them clothes out of curtains, and she teaches them to be outdoors people and embarrass themselves in front of their father, and also to sing notes on a musical scale. And then their father comes back with a glamorous lady who's trying really, really hard to get him to put a ring on it, and either he isn't aware or he doesn't care, and there's a very tense love triangle situation where some of them don't know that they're in a love triangle, and the children keep singing, and the father begins singing, and he softens towards Maria and almost fires her once or twice, but then she leaves because she feels that she's fallen in love with the Navy captain, and she feels very conflicted about that, possibly because she still wants to be a nun, possibly because she's anti-military and resents the fact that he was in the Navy. Who knows? She comes back, and then the rich, glamorous Dutch lady, or Baroness, or whatever her name was, who was trying to get a ring on it, Beyonce, she yeets herself out of the picture because she realizes that she's not going to go anywhere. And then the Nazis come, and they're like, you're going to serve our country. Nothing in Austria has changed except that you're obedient to us or we'll kill you. And so the captain is like, not gonna do that. And I should say this is after he marries Maria, and they have a big glamorous wedding and go on a month-long honeymoon where they communicate with nobody. And so they all try sneaking off in the middle of the night, but the Nazis catch them and they're like, where do you think you're going? And they're like, to a concert to sing folk music. And the Nazis are like, no, you're not. And the Navy captain is like, oh, yes, we are. And so they go to the concert and they sing the Austrian folk tunes, and then they bamboozle the Nazis, and the nuns steal their car parts and strip them for profit, and then they escape over the mountains, and at some point the sound of music is heard. The end! Alright, on to some interesting facts and bits of information about this motion picture. The film was shot on location in Salzburg, Austria, where the real Maria von Trapp was from. They could not film in the convent because I think they said it was a cloistered Benedictine order, and so anyone except the nuns was forbidden from going inside. The last thing that they filmed was Julie Andrews frolicking on top of the mountain singing, "The hills are alive." Also, plot twist, that was not in Austria. They could not find a hill that they liked in Austria, so they went next door to Bavaria. And the hill, the particular one that they filmed on top of, was owned by a farmer. They wanted the grass tall and luscious and said, please, don't cut this. Well, a month went by and they didn't use it, and when they arrived to finally film, he had cut it. First thing that they shot was the My Favorite Things scene, which was one of the musical numbers that they moved. Originally, it was sung in Mother Superior's office when Maria was being kicked out to go be nanny to these children, but the director was like, that's a weird spot for this song. So instead, they put it into the scene where it's thundering and lightning. And originally, I think they said that song was The Lonely Goat Herd, and they didn't want to cut that, so they moved it later and made a puppet show out of it, which was a grand old, slightly creepy time, depending on the era you were raised in and what movies about demon dolls you've seen. By all means, go research this movie. It's probably the most famous out of any of the Rodgers and Hammerstein collection, and there's a buttload of stuff out there. Interviews, documentaries, the whole gambit. Shoot, NBC even made that awkward Carrie Underwood live musical adaptation. If you want to, go watch that. Anyway, that's all I have time for. I'll see you all next week on another thrilling, titillating episode of Cleff Notes. Press stuff down below if you feel so inclined. I gotta go. Bye.